Meta, formerly Facebook, are really not doing well with their metaverse endeavors currently. Their stock continues to, look like this, tanking as of September of 2021. Yeah, they're in a precarious position right now where the metaverse aspect just really isn't taken off, and I don't know what the future holds, but they're hoping that this thing right here, Horizon World on MetaQuest 2, will mark a new era in the realm of the internet where Web3 can be normalized so that they can, find new ways to monetize people. They say Horizon Worlds looks something like this in their marketing, but this is more the reality of what the game looks like if you get in there. It looks just so soulless and empty and dead, just artificial and devoid of life and just lacking in nuanced artistic vision, and it's just not an environment that appeals to me, and I don't think it'll appeal to a lot of people. It's a novelty that I think will wear off in its current state. And then beyond that, on a financial level, Meta hasn't been doing particularly well, with Meta having burned $2.96 billion on Reality Labs last quarter as of the publishing of this article on April 27th, 2022. Beyond that, apparently over the course of multiple years since 2020, Facebook's latest financial results show that it has lost nearly $20 billion to virtual reality. And then on top of that, you've got investors who are skeptical about Mark Zuckerberg's obsession with the metaverse. CEOs from other companies are like, I don't know what you're doing here, Mark. The metaverse is ambiguous, unimaginative, and kind of hypothetical. And this is yet another CEO who just expressed a lack of confidence in Meta's vision. Beyond that, employees are not too happy about Mark Zuckerberg's obsession with the metaverse, driving them nuts. This article says plenty of employees just aren't confident about the vision of this metaverse. A little over a month later, another report came out noting how current and former Meta staffers describe confusion, disarray, and declining confidence in Mark Zuckerberg's leadership as the metaverse and Horizon Worlds and all these things just continue to fail to gain traction. The FTC recently sued Meta and are trying to block their acquisition of VR Fitness because FTC believes that Meta is being anti-competitive there. And then to make matters worse, more recently, July 27th, 2022, Meta posted their first ever quarterly revenue decline. The company made $28.82 billion in the second quarter of this year, which is not a huge decrease from the second quarter of last year, a 1% decrease from $29.07 billion in the second quarter of 2021. But keep in mind that these corporations are all about that infinite growth, and when growth feels like it's plateauing or flattening out or declining, then that's when investors are going to be none too happy. Meta is by no means in danger of going out of business, but they're just not growing at the pace that they would like to see, and especially with all the Meta stuff kind of putting a damper on their financial prospects, with it just not really taking off in its current state. There are just a lot of questions about Meta's future and what Mark Zuckerberg's plan is. Well, part of that apparently involves taking an awful selfie in the metaverse with this blog post right here, whose headline reads, "Launching Horizon Worlds in More Countries in Europe." As a celebration of this, Mark Zuckerberg decided to publish this photo of his character model in front of this really basic render of the Eiffel Tower and just architecture from the countries that he is celebrating the launch of Horizon Worlds in. Here's how the post that Mark Zuckerberg posted reads: "We're launching Horizon Worlds in France and Spain today. Looking forward to seeing people explore and build immersive worlds and to bringing this to more countries soon." One look at this, and I don't ever want to engage with Horizon Worlds ever. This is one of those images that are so unappealing, especially, this character model and those eyes. What is this, the Mass Effect Andromeda metaverse? Even Addison from Mass Effect Andromeda before the patches shows more life than this character model right here, which is just hideous. I don't know what about this is appealing in any way, shape, or form. You look at all these video games that are out there, MMOs that are out there, hell, VR experiences that are out there that feel like a lot more time and effort and love were put into them, with a distinct art style and just a creative vision behind them to offer very specific experiences instead of trying to create this basically second life, and that's basically this big investment opportunity through the implementation of NFTs and crypto and all these things. I mean, you look at those games and it's like you can get far more immersive and more tailored and specific experiences instead of this. I don't even want to call it jack of all trades because that would give it too much credit. It's just, I don't know, this lifeless, soulless shell of a virtual world. I don't know if it's just me, but virtual Mark Zuckerberg here, his face is looking pretty tired
from dealing with everything.
And given how far we've come when it comes to VR games visual fidelity, you'd just expect a lot more than this from a multi-billion-dollar company. And already people are poking fun at Mark Zuckerberg's attempt to make this whole metaverse concept appealing through this incredibly just lifeless and disturbing looking photo. Here's Ordinary Things, who tweeted, Mark Zuckerberg launches Horizon Worlds in France and Spain with an eye-gougingly ugly VR selfie. Meta's metaverse ploy surely dying in the dark. Already this has got almost 30,000 likes and plenty of people agreeing with the sentiment that, you know, if this is the way you want to draw us to this wondrous virtual world by showing us something so lifeless and so, you know, it's that feeling you get when you look at the early Sonic movie model, where you just look at it and go, ugh, there's something off about every aspect of that. That's what it feels like to stare into this void disguised as a life-filled virtual world. And meanwhile, people are pointing out how the Eiffel Tower in VR chat basically looks like this. I mean, it actually looks more true to life, and there's a little bit of visual appeal to it and everything. And people just really memeing about all this and just how hideous the Horizon Worlds models look. People making fun of the visual fidelity or lack thereof. With all the money Zuckerberg has spent on the metaverse, he's finally reached the graphical fidelity of Xbox 360 avatars. Truly, this is progress. And somebody else, whoa, that's an insult to 360 avatars. Who is this supposed to appeal to? That's my question, too. That really is the mystery, isn't it? Mark Zuckerberg, the problem with him is that he is so freaking tone deaf to his own tone deafness and general knowledge of what people actually enjoy about virtual worlds. It feels like an alien who doesn't understand humans is trying to make a product for humans. An alien with no true sense of what it is to be human is what it feels like, because I'm just looking at this and I'm like, why would anyone present a product in this manner? That goes doubly true for this video from back in October of 2021 when Mark Zuckerberg himself tried to really advertise the metaverse by showing himself interacting with it and you know, making his own avatar, and it's all just so unnerving and disturbing. Look at this. This he thought was a great idea to present. Look at the likes to dislikes ratio here. I mean, look at the soullessness of this character model. And this looks better than what we have now, and this already looks plenty disturbing and off-putting. And so what we have now looking worse is just that much more off-putting and disturbing. And I mean, what does this offer that video games and MMOs and you know, actual just fantasy worlds that transport you and make you feel immersed instead of trying to replace real life or whatever, or I don't know, whatever the hell. I still don't really fully understand what the metaverse is trying to accomplish. Like how it'll benefit us in ways that, you know, current forms of interacting with the web and current forms of, you know, interactive virtual mediums don't. There are other tweets poking fun at this that have gained tons of traction, like Lord Beef here tweeting, in Fortnite you can be Goku with a shotgun, which, yeah, is true with a recent update that came out that added a bunch of Dragon Ball characters and the Kamehameha as a move and all these things. That's, you know, say what you want about Fortnite, but that's certainly exploded in terms of the kind of reception it's been getting, the kind of activity it's had on social media. And Fortnite isn't my thing, but there's certainly a whole lot of life to it, and each time they bring a major update or a major content addition or a major crossover, you know, it gets the conversation going, and it does appeal to enough people to get social media to give Fortnite that level of traction that Meta in its current state, or Horizon Worlds in its current state, can only dream of if this weird software, if this is all it has to offer. And I mean, this little tweet making fun of Metaverse already got over 100,000 likes. People are just not at all charmed by anything Mark Zuckerberg is presenting. I mean, this is a level of tone deafness where it's no longer hello fellow kids, it's hello fellow humans. I too am human, and I present to you a very human product for humans, by humans, which will be loved by humans. Beyond the uncanny nature of this game world that's being presented, it just offers nothing new that plenty of other VR experiences don't already offer in a better shape, in a better state, in a more feature-complete state. So Meta or Horizon Worlds, whatever, it's all just such dead weight. This just feels like a company that clearly has no idea how to make a video game. And let's face it, that's what Horizon Worlds ultimately is. You can call it Metaverse, you can call it whatever, but it's just this big, giant MMO that's trying to add real-life elements, especially where financial elements are concerned, into it for this Second Life virtual world. But at its core, it's a video game. There need to be game design elements in there that this game just seems to lack. It's just all kind of stitched together. There's like some mini games here and there you can partake in, some places you can visit, but from a visual, audio, design, artistic standpoint across the board, nothing about this comes anywhere close to what video games and online gaming experiences have been able to achieve. But yeah, through and through, Meta's Metaverse endeavors, their Horizon Worlds endeavors, it's all currently just a laughing stock. And Mark Zuckerberg isn't helping matters by posting stuff like this where he believes that this is somehow good marketing for the game. Accomplishes the opposite of what marketing is supposed to do, which is to make a product seem appealing. Or at the very least, that's one man's take on Mark Zuckerberg's continued failed attempts to make his metaverse vision seem enticing. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on what you think the future holds for Meta as a company and for Horizon Worlds as a metaverse. Do you think one day it'll be fleshed out enough where maybe it'll gain traction, or do you think it is a doomed project that will die off in the relatively short term? Share your thoughts below, and to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.